Guys, this time this Elon Musk controversial biotechnology startup Neuralink opened up recruitment for its first human clinical trial last week, and it has received approval from independent review board. It's all set to begin offering actually the brain transplant to paralysis patients. Obviously, all the experiments in its inception, they aim at bringing about cure or treatment to those chronic patients with deformities which have not been mitigated yet. So this is the prime study says that this is a precise robotically implanted brain computer interface. So this will be called prime, and it's carrying out to evaluate both the safety and functionality of the implant. Trials, the patients have a chip. They'll have a chip surgically placed, and like it is going to be an implant, a part of the brain that control the intention of the move. So it's like you just think of things and it will come into reality. You don't have to even instruct or tap any button or press anything. You think of, and your neurotransmission will be reached, and the execution will be done. The chip installed by robot, it's not going to be done by any human doctor. It will be a completely robotic surgery. It will record and send brain signals to an app, with the initial goal being to grant people the ability to control a computer cursor or keyboard using their thoughts alone. That's what the company says. So those people who have been born blind would have no capability of having any eyesight or any possibility of having any eyesight, even they would be able to transmit their visual signals. And some patients, they suffer from quadriplegia due to cervical spinal cord injury, then amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, may also qualify for this transplant. 6-year-long study actually, 18 months at home and clinical visits followed by follow-up visits over 5 years. So it is a panacea for those who have been struggling to recover from the chronic ailment afflicted throughout their life. So it's an open platform, and people can sign up for the, patients can sign up. Neuralink's website. So the tests and trials have been going on chimp, and it has been successful so far on animals. But after lots of scrutinies and one of the monkeys died also in 2022 as part of efforts to get animal to play Pong, one of the first video games. This Neuralink new book, there is a book about Neuralink's founder, author Walter Isaacson, reported that Musk was inspired by science fiction authors such as and books to pursue a human-machine interface technology called Neuralink that's implanted into people and can connect all of their thoughts to a computer. So in the long run, probably entire memory, whatever we could reminisce, whatever our impressions are, all imprinted with all the footprints so far. It could be digital, could be mental, they could be directly uploaded. It's like uploading in a new drive. It's not even like uploading. There'll be like brain to brain interface to brain interface to the actual interface. And the FDA, that's the American Federal Drug Agency, has cleared for the human clinical trials. And this trial comes over a month after brain chip started raising $280 million in fundraising round led by Founders Fund. This is San Francisco-based VC firms, and this controversial billionaires are always up to something very futuristic, and there are hopes for those patients to begin with, but normally there's always an abuse of such technology in the long run. There's their excitement, and it's could be a first step towards tackling those incurable diseases. And there could be some setbacks, and because these kind of trials on humans for a long period of time only show the right kind of resultant impacts. And some of the safety concerns, like parts of the implant migrating to other parts of the brain, and possible brain tissue damage when the device is removed, because it's an external device. And most of this paperwork, the U.S. Federal Drug Administrations could, begin testing on humans within like next 6 months. And so there is an, it's a big news for those having to settle with deformities of a sort which have not been treated so far. And this Neuralink brain implants is mapping the agent's initial thoughts in brain-computer interface devices. So it's progressing rapidly, and with the aid of the artificial intelligence, I see it going much further, because obviously the brain reading and artificial intelligence and all these large language models, they process the data with such an alarming speed and with so much of accuracy that it's no wonder that our brain capacity will be matched one day. And probably with the advent of the singularity, where AI intelligence even supersedes the actual intelligence in some sense, that it has all the previous schema, and it's open to 3 billion codes and all that. So it's not highly improbable that a time comes when we'll largely rely on those interfaces, hard disks, like computer softwares or drive, where we could not only preserve all the previous memories and information stored, also could revive or recall, or those memories may lost or partial are in the subconscious or unconscious levels, could also be brought back to the reality. So it's one of those strides that a person like only Elon Musk could think of. He has been toying with ideas. There are so many bizarre, weirdest, and wacky kind of things that he has been working on lately. And whenever such technology is forwarded, there will always be commercial giants of medical companies, and those, they always vie for making money out of it. But for the time being, if it is restricted, like cloning sort of things, or gene alterations, and we are hearing all sorts of where the tinkering of the genes that alter the very basic characteristics of humans, and then there will be so much of organ transplantations. Our organ harvesting is already on. Also gender transformation, and there's a new urge among the people to get a complete modification of their sexes and preferences for, like people have started thinking in terms of having feelings of the other body. A man could be having a feeling of the body of woman, vice versa, and then a young child could have a feeling of an old elderly person. And I mean, these are really an inexplicable human predicament, and there has to be a stopping and on moral ethical grounds, because there's no end of such possibility when we start tinkering or start fiddling or with the natural phenomena, and we keep doing alterations, modifications of at our will and whims and fancies. We end up having disfigured, dismembered, and disjointed, uncharacteristic of the actual human being with moral, ethical boundaries that have been set by our ancestors and religious done in the scriptures and prophets and all that, and we have we have to live up to some certain values. We cannot keep compromising with those values randomly. Anyway, best of luck to Elon Musk for his adventures or misadventure, for the time being. Thank you.